Welcome back to another tabletop review. Today we'll look at the Ruger Mark IV 2245 Lite pistol. I've reviewed a lot of Rugers recently. In fact, I did a review of the Mark IV 2245 Tactical last month. If you recall, the actual gun I reviewed for the filming belonged to a friend of mine. I liked the gun so much that I went out and bought one for myself. Excellent little shooter. Now it just so happened that my friend also had a Ruger 2245 Lite, his wife's gun, and here it is. He thought I'd review it as well, so here goes. Let's make sure this one is cleared first. Since I just reviewed the Mark IV, I won't go into all of the background stuff on Ruger and the Mark variation line of pistols in this video. Instead, this will just be a short video on the basics of the Mark IV 2245 Lite and my opinion of it as a firearm. The Ruger Mark IV 2245 Lite is essentially the same gun as their 2245 Tactical. Here's the Tactical that I just bought. They're pretty much the same, except in the case of the Lite, you can see that we have a drilled, skeletonized, lightened aluminum barrel that lacks the lower rail, and its frame is glass-filled nylon. Hence, we have a 25-ounce version, almost 10 ounces lighter than my 2245 Tactical. This one is all black, but the 2245 Lite is also available in gray, magenta, green, and red. Each color has different ventilation cutouts, which not only offer a unique look, but also serve to further lighten the pistol. The balance is good. The rubber 1911 style double diamond grips give a traditional look and provide a very firm grip. At the back strap is also textured, as is the front part. Very good feel to it. The muzzle is threaded, half-inch 28 for easy mounting of a suppressor or a muzzle brake. No adapter needed. I really like that. The thumb safety is ambidextrous, up for safe, down for fire. Very light and easy. The bolt stop release on the left side of the gun is in the traditional position, as is the magazine release button. They are of good size, work smoothly, although the factory installed aluminum Picatinny rail makes mounting and optic easy. The sights are black. The rear sight is fully adjustable. The trigger has a nice light pull. I've loaded a couple of dummy rounds into the magazine. Take up is short. Trigger pull feels like about 3.5 pounds. Reset is long. But very comfortable. Well, let's just summarize the specs here quickly. We've got, in terms of caliber, it's 22 long rifle. The action is blowback operated semi-automatic rimfire. We have anodized aluminum for the receiver. We have glass-filled nylon in black frame. As for the grips, they're 1911 type style synthetic black rubber. Front sight is fixed. Rear sight is fully adjustable. The barrel is 4.4 inches and it's a tension barrel. The muzzle, and again, as I mentioned before, is half-inch 28 TPI with thread protector. Overall length is 8.4 inches, height 5.5 inches. The width is 1.22 inches. The weight unloaded is about 25 ounces, and the capacity of the magazines is 10, and it does come with 2 magazines. And of course, one of the best features of the Mark IV is the takedown and reassembly procedures, much better than the old model Marks of the Ruger line. Very simple. Basically, we just eject the magazine. We have a takedown button back here. We're going to depress that, and just rocks the barrel off of the frame, and of course disassembly can proceed fairly quickly there. I'm not going to do the whole thing because I've already done that before in other videos, but basically this is a fairly simple process for disassembly and reassembly. Absolutely fantastic. Before I get into range experience, I should mention that one of the reasons my friend loaned me this gun was to see if I could sort out a problem of failure to load and eject that he was having. What I found was that his magazines needed a little bit of tuning. Now, this is his magazine and this is mine. And as you can see, they're just slightly different. This has a blued finish, this does not. So my magazine actually runs fairly smoothly, and his had a sort of a gritty feel to them. In addition, the lips on the feeding end seem bent out wider on his than on mine. I don't believe that Ruger makes their own magazines, so it's not surprising to hear that people have different experiences with the magazines. Certainly, Ruger should pay more attention to this issue, since a bad magazine can ruin the experience of an otherwise fairly engineered gun. I've heard that aftermarket magazines actually work a little bit better. Otherwise, the magazine is traditional Ruger style with a great loading assist knob and a nice base that fits flush without question that it's properly seated, but will fly out free on release. I did try out the Nickstar pistol scope and my suppressor on this gun at the range. Both work very, very well. Looks good, doesn't it? With the magazine sorted out, I found the gun got along with just about anything I would put through it. I shot 100 rounds of CCI mini mags, 100 rounds of the Federal 50 grain solid. Had no problems at all with my magazines, no matter what I fed through the gun. And I had only 2 issues with the Federal ammo failure to feed. That's out of 50 rounds with my friend's magazine. No problems with this magazine with the CCI rounds. That's an improvement over what he was experiencing. The trigger felt good, the sights were good, muzzle lift was minimal, and target reacquisition was good. Although light guns can sometimes have a problem with accuracy, that was not an issue here. Accuracy was excellent. Freehand at 24 yards, I could easily put 10 shots into a 3-inch pattern with CCI mini mags with this gun. Like its heavier brother, the tactical version, this is a very rewardingly accurate and fun gun to shoot. Rapid fire between multiple 4-inch targets at 20 yards was easy. Operationally, the gun itself was flawless. As for cons, perhaps the occasional Ruger magazine quality issue is the biggest con I could come up with. However, I do know that the magazine disconnect is something not everyone likes. As with my Ruger Mark IV Tactical, the ambidextrous safety was a problem for me, because with my large hands I would accidentally bump the right side safety lever up into safe mode a couple of times, but you can remove the right side lever if necessary. Otherwise, there's not much not to like about the new Mark IV design, and especially the 2245 Lite version. As for pros, the number one pro is the improvement in this gun's takedown procedure. It is truly outstanding, not just compared to the previous design of the Marks, but for 22 automatics in general. Of course, the 10-ounce reduction in weight is also a plus, although, to be honest, I prefer the heavier tactical version. It's just my personal preference. As for cost, the manufacturer's suggested retail price is $559. However, typical is about $450. Well, in conclusion, for the same reasons that I like my Ruger 2245 1911 Tactical, I do like the 2245 1911 Lite. This gun feels great in my hand. The gun seems well balanced, and the controls are good. The big deal here is that this gun is very light and accurate, but it's also really fun to shoot. The trigger is good. I like that it comes with 2 magazines, although obviously my friend got a couple of lemons that needed some fine-tuning to feed accurately. I'll admit that given the choice of the tactical version compared to this light version, I'd take the tactical, but that's just my preference. I just like the heavier feel in my hand. If you'd want a gun that's almost 10 ounces lighter, however, the Lite is indeed a great choice. I think it looks good. The 1911 grips feel great. It's accurate. It's available in an assortment of pretty cool colors. And if I were backpacking, there's no doubt this would be a great lightweight .22 to carry. Any weapon you carry is better than the one you left at home. Thanks for watching. Hope you'll be back for my next tabletop review. Until next time, stay safe.